What up, baby? McGregor Diaz? I mean, gotta take McGregor. Diaz had 8 days to train. Unless he was secretly training for it and we don't know about it. So, you know. Conditioning is a huge part of this game. No stop from Russia. What's up, Russia? Where are you going to fight? Are you going to... No, I was originally going to go to the Rafael Dos Anjos fight. If it was Rafael versus McGregor, I was originally going to go. But now that's not a title fight. I don't care. If it was a title fight, I'd have cared who won. But, you know, now it just got wacky. Last minute got wacky. Now it's a welterweight. It's not a title fight. You know, we just make up our own rules now. Why didn't you get it? Why didn't I get the fight? I wasn't even considered. I'm not an easy enough opponent. I don't know why anyone would take McGregor to the ground. Fighters are fucking stupid. That's why. We don't fight because we're intelligent, I guess. You know? And, I don't know. But the truth is, if you look at McGregor's opponents, I mean, come on. They're perfectly picked. They're guys who primarily stand, who barely ever shoot, and they have a weak wrestling ground game. So that's most of McGregor's, all of his opponents. This is what people fail to see. They just see some knockouts and see stuff like that. What I see is a bunch of mismatches and nobody who's willing to expose a weakness of his because they don't have the tools to do it. How much will Diaz make? $1 million? He'll get $1 million. He's probably not fighting for less than $1 million. I wouldn't. I mean, if at that late of a notice, you're selling your skin. Remember that. You're selling your name. So when you're beaten, that opponent takes your name, takes your history, he takes the guys you've beaten. A lot goes along with when you're beaten. So you need to have a price for that. And it can't be cheap. Like, if you're risking a loss, because everybody knows Nate Diaz is not at his best right now, and he's not fully prepared for what he's about to get into. Nobody would, not with 8 days notice. So you as a person need to come up with a price of what am I going to sell my skin for? How much is it worth to me to take a loss, to let this guy take my name? Not that it's a guarantee that he's going to do it, but you're putting yourself in a lot riskier situation than what you were if you would have been ready. So it's not a bad situation to be in, where you can leverage and make $1 million, but you're also you're selling your skin, you're selling your name. How much is your name worth? How much is your history worth? Well, why you say the X factor is going to be that it's at 170? I'm interested to know why you're saying that'll be the X factor. X factor for who? For Diaz or X factor for Conor? That's a good, yeah, 100%. I respect both guys. For Conor for stepping up, taking a last-minute opponent, because mentally that fucks with you a little bit. And I respect Diaz for stepping up and fighting. You know what I mean? So I respect everyone who fights, period. Anybody who makes that walk into the cage, who got the balls to step up and make that walk, and especially make it against some of the most dangerous guys in the world, deserves respect. It's interesting to me because the more I think about the fight, Nate Diaz is a tough guy to finish. So this may be one of them fights where we get to see Conor go a couple rounds. And I would like to see him in the 3rd and 4th and 5th. To see if he truly is champion material. Is he champion material? You know, how's he going to deal with being in the trenches and dealing with that shit late in the fight. That'll be fun to watch. That's why I'm tuning in. I want to see Diaz pull him into the 4th and 5th. McGregor, I have no clue. They're on a different level of negotiating, I think. I think they're getting a much higher share. The way he talks about the numbers and what the gates bring in makes me believe that, you know, his cut is a lot higher than what people think. With pay-per-view points, I mean, I just don't think he has a normal contract. I think even the regular run-of-the-mill contracts that the UFC has, I think he has a different sort of deal with them. He's probably getting a decent percentage, like a lot higher percentage of the pay-per-view than most fighters, just because he knows his numbers, he knows what he brings in. It was reported 10 million. I would believe that. That's where my mind's at around. He's probably making, yeah. I don't think 5. I think more than 5. Oh, Aldo got 5. Not bad. The biggest problem with the fighters, not problem, once you pay a fighter $10 million, a fighter can live on $10 million because can live on $10 million for a long time. So you're actually giving him leverage to negotiate with you now. So when you pay a fighter, it's not always in the promotion's best interest to give a fighter $10 million. Because once you do that, some fighters will say, fuck, I ain't got to fight no more. Why should I fight? I got $10 million. I could just sit on my hands and now let's negotiate. Now my contracts don't mean shit because I just won't fight anymore. So now you have to pay me what I want in order to fight again. I feel like that happens a lot. And love of the sport, it's not a sport. If it was a sport, I'd agree with you. This is fucking fist fighting. It's not a sport. Sport is like with teams, and I watch sports. People like laugh a lot in sports, and they giggle and have a great time. This is fucking fist fighting. Nobody in there looks like they're having a great time.